stay awake for so long.
Susie.
Yeah, it's me, honey. Come on, wake up.
It's hot.
Stay, I know, no.
It's hot. It's hot.
Brian, so it's hot as we're safe. It's okay, wake up. Do you see it? It's okay.
It's up.
Who are you? Can you help us? Were you looking for us? Did you know we were here?
Susie.
Do you speak English? What do you think they are?
Terrorists. Gorillas.
This is Search for Tomorrow. This part brought to you by Lilt with Sponge and Wraps, a professional touch for more beautiful hair.
Do you speak English?
We're back. USA. USA.
We were in a plane crash. A plane. He's hurt very badly. Hurt. He needs a doctor. We're lost.
They don't understand anything you're saying.
There were three of us. There were three of us. Three. One left to find help. To find help. I'll show you the plane wreckage.
It's no use, Susie. Sit down. Just sit down.
There's got to be a way to make them understand.
Not if they don't want to, baby.
Why are they just standing? Why don't they say something? How long can they sit here?
As long as they want.
I think they're guarding us.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're gonna guard us until whoever's in charge gets here.
Sorry. I'm really not hungry.
Kristen, this may not help, but the only thing you can do right now is to go on with your own life. And in time, it will hurt a little less. You'll see.
It would hurt so bad right now, Jenny. Warren and Brian. I mean, losing them both.
I know.
I mean, like I said before, I mean, I never really had Brian. But Warren was my whole world. He's the only family I ever had.
I know, but Kristen, he's not the only family you could have.
I mean, don't say that. I don't want to think about it that way.
Maybe you should.
Look, Jenny, maybe someday I will want to have a baby, but not this one. This one, it was just a stupid mistake.
Are you sure?
You mean, why wasn't I more careful if I didn't want to get pregnant?
Well, I was wondering.
Because I do dumb, stupid, impulsive things. That's why.
Well, maybe you were in love with Brian more than you want to admit.
No. Well, maybe I thought I was, but I really wasn't.
Then why did you run after him the way you did?
Come on, Jenny. You know how it is. I mean, he's a good-looking guy. He was very sexy. I mean, I just wanted somebody to be with. And he liked me, too. More at the beginning than later. When we first got to know each other, he was blind, and I could see everybody was just treating him like a baby. He hated it. So I just treated him like a normal, everyday guy, you know? And he liked it. It was a good relief for him, I think. Maybe it did me some good on my ego to think that I could help somebody out, make them feel better about themselves like that. But he couldn't get Susie out of his mind. Just couldn't forget about her. So I guess I kept after Brian because he was a challenge, and I like a good challenge.
Maybe he knew that.
Maybe. Warren knew it. He called me on it, too. But I told him, I said, hey, I'm just going out with Brian for a good time. If he ever came my way, I probably would have just turned my back and left him.
I don't believe that.
Well, it's true. Look, I figure that I will be attracted to a lot of guys before I find the right one.
I'm sure you will. You're young, you have plenty of time.
Yes, I do. I have a lot of time. But I don't have time right now to have a baby. Not this one. Not this way.
This morning, you couldn't go through with the abortion. You must have some doubts.
Jenny, I just chickened out. I got scared. But I have not changed my mind about the abortion. It's the only solution.
Life is a cat.
Bye. Tom is going to ask Kathy to see if she knows anyone who might be able to help, Joe.
If anyone can do anything.
Yeah, that's what I told him. That's what I told him. Look, he's right there in Washington. He can stay in constant touch with the State Department if anything turns up.
Well, something is bound to turn up.
Yeah.
Just the fact that they haven't found anything so far does not mean they're not still alive.
Right.
I suppose there was something we could do.
Honey, I just told you, Tom is going to try. Joe, we just have to sit tight until we hear from him.
We're getting much done today, are we?
Honey, why don't you go home?
What would I do at home?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you were saying something about eliminating some of the things on the menu.
Oh, look, it's not really important. I just think there are a few things that don't have to be on there every night. We can save them for...
Hey, Rusty.
Joanne, Stu, I have some good news. Stephanie has decided to hire some planes to continue the search.
Oh, bless her.
She asked me to make the arrangements this morning.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And I wanted you to know first thing.
Yes, thank you. Now there's really a chance. If they are still alive, there's a chance they'll find them.
Yes, and the search is already on at this moment.
Brian, we can't just sit here.
We don't have any choice. These guys are obviously waiting for somebody.
How long is it gonna take?
They can't stand like this forever.
You don't need your gun. We don't have any guns. No guns.
Be
We have to get help for you.
all right, Susie. Look, we just gotta sit here until we figure out what these guys are all about, what they want with it.
I thought maybe Warren had something.
Shh, keep it down about Warren, too, will you?
Why?
Because right now they just think it's the two of us.
I already told them there was three.
Let them think what they want. They didn't understand anything. Better for them to think it's just you and me. And whenever the guy gets here, you let me do the talking.
Comandante, hay dos. Hay un herido, no hay nadie más. Un momento. Ahora mismo lo vimos.
¿Quiénes son y qué buscan?
We don't speak Spanish. We're American. We were in a plane crash.
Where's the rest of your
You
party?
speak English.
There's only two.
Quiet!
We need help.
Quiet!
Us two. There's no one out there, man.
You do not tell me what to do. I give the orders here. But first, I want some answers. So, who are you, besides Americans?
We were in
My
a
name
plane.
is Brian. Her name is Susie. We were on our honeymoon.
Where's your pilot?
I was flying the plane. We had bad weather around Ecuador, and we went down in the jungle about a quarter of a mile from here. I can show you the plane. Look
Stephanie?
My wife is all right, but I'm badly hurt. No, we need you to take us to a small town. Get us some medical aid. We want to contact the American embassy.
Don't talk to me about your government. You Americans are helping my country's government oppress our people.
Sir, we don't know anything about your government here. All we want is to let our families know we're all right and get back home.
How do I know you're not with the CIA?
Not the CIA.
You could be spies.
I'm a carpenter. My wife's a student. I work in a small town in the United States. And I don't know anything about your CIA, your spying, or anything else. I just need your help.
A carpenter in the United States can fly his own private plane.
Dice que un carpintero en los Estados Unidos tiene su avión propio para irse a Ecuador.
It's a friend! Your friend will be very unhappy you have crashed his plane, I hope.
He'll be real happy that we're alive. Oh, please, help us out of here. All we want to do is get home. We have identification. My wife's still in the Navy.
CIA agents always have identification.
We're not with the CIA. Please, enough!
Control your wife. I'm going to find out if you're telling me the truth.
Soldado, venga, vaya, revisen todo bien. Si no quiere nada, tengo que asegurarme que no hay nadie,
I doubt it. And this guy isn't too anxious to help.
They can't just leave us here.
Let's hope that's the worst they do.
What do you mean?
I don't know, Suze. I don't know. We just gotta wait. Now listen to me. For Pete's sake, keep quiet about Warren. He could be our ace in the hole.
Lloyd, stop being a bank manager, will you please? I want the funds transferred. Well, then find me an agency who can. Now, listen, I've got to go. There's somebody at the door. All right, I'll hear from you. Thank you.
Hello, Stephanie.
Have you heard anything?
No, but Rusty came to tell us you've hired private planes to continue the search, and I'm so grateful. I just wanted to tell you.
Look, I could use some company. Why don't you come in? Go on in. I was just on the phone to the bank trying to transfer some funds. The pilots have to be paid. I don't want anything to go wrong. You want some coffee?
No, thank you. It must be costing a fortune.
Well, what's money at a time like this?
Yes, I know. I don't have the kind of financial resources you do, but I'll give you all I have.
You have other kinds of resources. I never thought I'd be calling on them. Look at me now.
What can I do?
Well, you can keep up that eternal optimism of yours. Right now, I need a lot of it.
I'm trying.
Must be kind of hard for you. Even you, under the circumstances.
No, I really do believe there's a very good chance they're still alive. People have an inner strength they're not even aware of till they're called upon to use it. They can survive under unbelievable odds.
That's what keeps me going.
And they're both healthy and strong. You couldn't find two young people in better condition.
If they survived the crash.
We have to believe they did.
I don't guess a couple of prayers would be out of line right here. You may have to count on your connections in that department, too.
Oh, I'm sure you have plenty of your own.
I'm glad you came by.
I am so grateful to you.
Wait till we find them, then thank me.
It must have been hard for you give up your little girl after you held her and saw her.
Well, maybe I should have fought harder, but, well, I knew they could give her so much more than I could. At least that's what I thought. I hope I was right.
Who's they? The people that adopted her?
Her grandparents.
Oh, your parents took her?
No, her father's parents. They were very well off. I didn't have a penny, so they went to court and said I was unfit. And the judge gave them custody.
And the father sided with them?
David was killed in a car crash. But he wouldn't have cared one way or the other anyway. He never wanted to have anything to do with Danielle.
Danielle? It's a lovely name.
Yeah, well, she was a lovely baby.
Must have been horrible, Jen, to know that the father wouldn't have cared.
No, the worst part was when I had to hand her over to her grandmother. That was the worst moment of my life.
And you never saw her ever again?
No, well, I pictured her in my mind. So, in my imagination, I saw her growing up in her grandmother's house. My one consolation was knowing that they could give her everything a little girl would need.
Yeah, but what kind of people are they that say that you're unfit and then just take your baby like that?
They really thought I was. So did the judge. And maybe they were all right.
No, Jen, you couldn't have been.
They weren't bad people. No, they just lost their son. And they wanted his little girl. They really loved her. It was really probably for the best. She'd be better off with him.
Did you ever... I mean, you didn't try and keep in touch?
I would send her a birthday present every year. A dress or a doll or something. I'd never put my name on the package. I would just hope that her grandmother would give it to her. Well, this year the package came back. You see, they moved.
Hey, there's ways to find out where people move to. I mean, there's got to be, huh?
Well, I called the old phone number I had. I don't know what I would have done if she'd answered the phone. But it was disconnected, so I called information, and there was no listing. I guess they went to another city.
But there's ways to find out. Look, Jenny, I could call... I don't believe what I was just going to say. I was going to say I could call Warren and I could have him check it out. Force of habit, I guess.
It's going to happen for a while.
It would be nice if you knew where she was.
Why is it so important to you?
Because you said you can't picture her anymore, and I just wish that you could.
Or maybe you're trying to picture your own baby, the baby you could have with Brian?
No, I'm thinking about Danielle.
Kristen, would you like me to stay another night?
Yes, you could. It helps to have you here.
Ustedes dos, una camilla. Usted al avión. Revise todo, rápido.
We'll take you to our base camp. There are medical supplies there. One of my men will check out the plane and destroy your camp.
You can't destroy our campsite. It's the only proof we have that we survived the crash.
You gotta leave it for the search party to fund, please.
I can do whatever I please. I think it would be wise to destroy the plane, too.
You can't. You can't do that. Search planes don't think we're dead.
Please.
So, they'll think you're dead. You want my help, you take what I give you. No arguments.
Leave it something to show we're alive. You gotta leave something to show.
There's no one to find it. There's been no more search planes.
A ver, soldado, ¿qué pasa?
Comandante, comandante. Mira, lo encontró ahí por el río.
You've been sending messages with this, eh?
It doesn't work. It's from the plane, it's from the lifeboat. I tried to get it. Things no good.
So much for your great American technology. Planes that crash and radios that don't work. And yet your government thinks it knows who should govern my country.
Destroy it. Take it away.
Sí, comandante.
Vamos, la camilla, rápido.
Estamos perdiendo el tiempo.
Vamos.
Póngalo ahí.
¡Rápido! ¡Vamos!
Don't touch her.
You do not tell my soldiers what to do. Now walk and keep quiet.